When we think of ancient Egypt, images of pharaohs, pyramids, and mummies may spring to mind. But did you know that the ancient Egyptians were also pioneers in the world of makeup? They believed that makeup was more than just a way to enhance one's appearance. It was a symbol of power, a tool for protection, and a means to connect with the divine. So let us put on our thinking caps and get ready to uncover the fascinating secrets of ancient Egyptian makeup. They would use makeup in all kinds of religious ceremonies and rituals, from daily prayers to funerary rites. Funerary rites were particularly important when it came to the use of makeup. The ancient Egyptians believed that the dead could continue to live on in the afterlife, and they would use makeup to help the body make the transition. For example, the dead person's face would be covered in a mixture of resin and spices to preserve it. The use of makeup in ancient Egypt was not limited to just beautification. It was believed that the makeup would help the dead person to look their best in the afterlife, and would allow them to continue to express their identity. The process of mummifying a dead person was extremely complex and time-consuming, and it was often done by specialized priests. Their love of beauty and their innovative use of makeup continue to fascinate us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing videos. And until next time, stay curious and keep learning. From the iconic look of Cleopatra to the intricate designs of the Book of the Dead, the ancient Egyptians left behind a legacy of beauty that has endured for centuries. The body was first washed and then wrapped in layers of linen, and the entire process could take several weeks. Different types of makeup were used to signal social status and occupation. For example, the elite members of society would wear makeup made from rare and expensive ingredients, while the commoners would use more simple materials. Women of the upper class might use kohl made from ground-up lapis lazuli, while the working class might use kohl made from charcoal. Men who worked as priests were often required to wear a distinctive style of makeup, and the type of makeup that they wore could vary depending on the god that they were associated with. For example, priests associated with the god Ra, the sun god, might wear a distinctive style of eye makeup that symbolized the rays of the sun, and the body itself would be painted in bright colors to represent the journey to the afterlife. Each color had its own special meaning. For example, the color of the sky was often represented by blue, while the color of the underworld was represented by black. The Greeks, for example, were known for their use of white lead in makeup, which they got from Egyptian traders. The Romans, on the other hand, were known for their use of scented oils and bombs in makeup, which they often imported from Egypt as well. During the Middle Ages, the use of makeup declined in Europe, but it continued to be popular in Asia and Africa. In fact, during this time period, African rulers were often depicted in paintings and sculptures wearing elaborate makeup. During the Renaissance, there was a renewed interest in ancient Egyptian culture, and this led to a revival of interest in Egyptian makeup. European artists and intellectuals were fascinated by the exoticism of Egyptian culture, and they began to experiment with using makeup in new and exciting ways. Ancient Egyptian beauty standards. The ancient Egyptians believed that makeup had magical properties that could be used to treat all kinds of ailments, from headaches to skin diseases. They believed that by wearing makeup, they were creating a shield around themselves that would keep them safe from harm. This was especially important at night when the veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead was at its thinnest. The ancient Egyptians believed that evil spirits could enter the body through the eyes, so they would take special care to protect them by lining their eyes with kohl. They also believed that evil spirits could cause illness, so they would use makeup made from healing ingredients to ward off disease. They would use makeup as part of religious ceremonies to heal the sick and injured. The ancient Egyptians had a particular ideal of beauty that they held in high regard. They believed that the most beautiful people were those who had symmetrical faces and smooth skin. Symmetry was seen as a sign of balance and harmony, and it was believed that those who were symmetrical were more likely to be healthy and prosperous. To achieve this standard of beauty, the ancient Egyptians would use makeup to accentuate their best features. They would use kohl to line their eyes and make them appear larger and more symmetrical. They would also use eyeshadow and rouge to add color to their faces and make them more attractive. In ancient Egypt, both men and women wore makeup. However, there were some differences in the way that each gender wore it. Men typically wore makeup to enhance their features or to protect themselves from the elements. Women, on the other hand, wore makeup as a way to beautify themselves and to show off their wealth and power. The use of makeup by women in ancient Egypt was particularly interesting. In addition to using makeup to enhance their appearance, they also used it as a form of the colors that a woman wore as well as the way that she applied her makeup, could convey her social status, marital status, and even her political affiliation. For example, a married woman might wear a green eyeliner, while a single woman might wear a red one. The ingredients of beauty. The ancient Egyptians believed that the key to beautiful skin was to use natural ingredients that were rich in minerals and other nutrients. They would use things like honey, milk, and fresh flowers to create masks and other treatments that would nourish the skin and make it glow. One of the most popular ingredients in ancient Egyptian makeup was kohl. Kohl is a type of eyeliner that is made from a naturally occurring mineral called galena. The ancient Egyptians believed that kohl could help to protect the eyes from the sun and other harmful elements. And it was also used as a way to make the eyes look larger and more attractive. Another popular ingredient in ancient Egyptian makeup was malachite is a green mineral that was used to create eyeshadow and other makeup products. The ancient Egyptians believed that malachite could help to heal the skin and prevent the spread of disease, and it was also used as a way to connect with the goddess of nature. Makeup in ritual and ceremony. The ancient Egyptians were a very religious people, and they believed that makeup was a way to connect with the gods. Another important use of makeup in ancient Egypt was in the area of healing, the power of protection. The ancient Egyptians believed that the ingredients used in makeup had magical properties that could be used to protect against evil spirits and other harmful influences. Did you know that? The ancient Egyptians kept their skin smooth by removing unwanted hair with a special kind of depilatory cream made from the flower of the Egyptian blue lotus plant. Social status and occupation. Makeup and the afterlife. In ancient Egypt, the dead were often mummified and buried with their favorite possessions, including makeup. Makeup in other civilizations. The influence of ancient Egyptian makeup can be seen in the civilizations that came after them, such as the Greeks and Romans. The legacy of Egyptian makeup. Today, the ancient Egyptians are remembered as some of the most glamorous people in history. What surprises you the most about ancient Egyptian makeup? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments below.